There is work to do.
Advance.
Not as bad as it could have.
I wonder what the next move is.
Reaction. If it is for the best, our enemies still draw breath.
Wretched thing, pull yourself together.
It's risky to enter Moonrise with an unwelcome companion. You can pass as a true soul, but they cannot. Be sure to keep them close, so you can speak on their behalf if the cultists ask too many questions. Steel yourself and venture forth.
Quiet! Both of you. Just drawing attention.
I won't fail the absolute like the others. Honest, I won't. I was always the smartest.
I caught a glimpse of Ketherick and Sorel. Wouldn't have the gumption to stick my nose in, like you did, mind.
Heard that rat's nest of druids was burned to ash. Praise the absolute.
They should all be running.
Something slimy seems to be dripping from the rafters above. That might be worth a look.
The reaction failed.
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against stone. The pulse of a crawling, living thing. You almost catch a glimpse, but the darkness within the wall is too deep. Your awareness unfolds, expanding through every wall in the tower, every mind. A vast living network extending down into the dark, where something wakes.
Gods, what is it? What now?
It's a trap!
Tendrils snap like iron cords around your wrist. That presence in your mind looms large, closer now. The tendrils tighten, and suddenly you are elsewhere. The presence is no longer approaching you, but encircling you, observing you.
Fallen one return.
as if it struggles to compress its vast being down into terms you can understand.
This is the voice they have given me. To better speak to your kind without breaking you. I was once a servant of the grand design. Now I'm a slave to theirs. But you were the jeweled hope for their design. But now, you are their flaw. I am the chain they will use to bind this world. But I cannot bind you. You must come to me, so I can become myself again.
A world away, the grip on you tightens. A desperate, drowning thing that pulls you down with it.
Come, become.
Enough! Break off from that thing!
Voice. Like nothing I've ever heard. Next time, stay your hand. The Absolute may be keen to speak, but I don't share her enthusiasm.
Careful. It nearly had you.
Interesting.
The Drow is unpredictable, uncompromising. I respect her almost as much as I distrust her. Mark my words, this power would be no blessing, but a curse. You might as well ask me to gouge out my eyes for the promise of sight, or slice off my tongue for the promise of taste. The mere suggestion is an insult. Tadpole has stretched to every pore and slithered through every vein. What am I to do then? It won't hear my screams. It won't care if I beg. I will be remade in its image. My own might will sustain me. I have no need of this depraved power. The Githyanki have long studied Geich and used what we've learned. The Zaithisk itself was devised from such knowledge. The Tadpole is perhaps not just a curse, but a weapon I can twist and mold to my advantage. Very well. I will swallow my disgust and avail myself of the parasite's powers.
It
It doesn't seem long ago that Minthara would have sought to kill us, and now we've welcomed her along. We're nothing if not magnanimous. On one hand, they seem useful. But on the other hand, or perhaps tentacled before long, we know where they're coming from, and what lies at the end of that path. I never expected Ceramorphosis to be tempting. I think we should resist these powers. There's simply too many unknowns for us to risk it. I see it as more a case of wisely avoiding a potential threat. My mind is set.
You wish to consult me? I fought at his side once, shortly after my conversion. Before the battle, he was everything a general should be. A charismatic leader with a brilliant strategic mind. And when the fighting began, he led his troops from the front and cut through the enemy like a scythe through stalks. Blows and arrows rained down on him, and before long, his face was a mask of blood. But he did not fall. He did not even falter. When we won the day, Ketheric's armor was bent and shattered, but his flesh was unmarked. I have lived long enough to know that few things are impossible in this world. Ketheric's power is a rare thing, though. I have never seen its like. There is a connection to this night song of Balthazar's, whatever or whoever it might be. We must find it and destroy it. I was the Absolute's dagger. I remember every throat that it held me to, and every drop of blood it forced me to spill. I take no responsibility for the lives I took. I did nothing in the Absolute's name. I was merely a weapon that it wielded. The tadpole. The Absolute. They work together like a drug. I did not feel I was compelled to act against my will. I felt ecstatic to serve. Every action seemed a deliberate choice. The best choice. Even though I could no more have resisted its commands than flesh can resist decay. Even rational minds like ours cannot reject such a powerful influence. The Absolute can make the impossible seem inevitable.
A moment, true soul. You use a spoon to stir the soup, Barnabas. Forget the axe, my darling. Now, how can I help you? I've shown Barnabas a kinder way. A kinder name is only fitting. That is the gift the Absolute gave me when I stood before her. To rewrite the lives of her faithful. Make them believe there's something better. She gathers many threads for her design, but it is still her design. And Barnabas has found his place in it. Observe. Barnabas, sweetie, come show what a good boy you are. What would you like him to do? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, Barnabas?
You feel her will surge outwards and envelop the creature, inexorable as the tide.
No, Barnabas! We talked about this.
They battle silently for a long moment, the gnoll's heart drumming with strain. Then all at once, his heart stops.
Oh, Barnabas. I'm so sorry, me darling. He isn't the first to die. Her love is simply too much for some. I hope you will fare better when your time comes. Please, Threll, and you will be called to ascend to the tower top. Many have gone before you, though not all have returned. The Absolute is giving you a second chance, loves. Don't waste it.
Chosen's blood. Now that would be a prize sample. Araj O'Blordra, trader in all things occult. A very great pleasure to meet you, true soul. Should you be interested, I have a particular offer I'd like to make. Put plainly, I'd like your blood. A vial of true soul's blood, specifically. With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself. Research, naturally. We Oblodras are simply curious by nature.
You realize why the name rings familiar. House Oblodra was purged a century ago by an alliance of rival drow houses. Among the many crimes tallied against them, their reckless experimentation with illithid breeding stock.
Blessed by the Absolute, but not blinded by it. Now I simply must study you. The beings you speak of have no use for gods, and yet here we stand in a church of their making. Unless they are not the makers, but simply the means, wouldn't that be a secret worth knowing? So let me adjust my offer. Your blood and your silence, in exchange for the potions I mention, and a tidy pile of gold besides. No idea, but it will be unique to you. Your blood essence and the Absolute's blessing intertwined. We can learn exactly what that means together, Just a little prick and it's all over. Close your eyes. A little pain for a lot of gold. And all of your very best traits in a bottle. Use it well.
Assume nothing. Alas, time for chatter.
Araj O'Blaudra, trader in all things occult. A very great pleasure to meet you, true soul. Should you be interested, I have a particular offer I'd like to make. With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself. Well, it'll certainly do something, my most noble vindicator. Just a little prick and it's all over. Close your eyes. A little pain for a lot of gold. And there we are. All of your very best traits in a bottle. Use it well.
There's no time to waste. I'd better do the talking.
Araj O'Blaudra, trader in all things occult. A very great pleasure to meet you, true soul. Should you be interested, I have a particular offer I'd like to make. With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself. Just a little prick and it's all over. Close your eyes. A little pain for a lot of gold. And there we are. All of your very best traits in a bottle. Use it well. Araj O'Blaudra, trader in all things occult. A very great pleasure to meet you, true soul. Should you be interested, I have a particular offer I'd like to make. Thankfully, I wasn't in it at the time. My cousins did like to boast about their view over the claw rift. And now their bones decorate the bottom. With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself. Just a little prick and it's all over. Close your eyes. A little pain for a lot of gold. And there we are. All of your very best traits in a bottle. Use it well. Welcome back, true soul. You've come in the spirit of trade, I hope. Come back anytime.
Eager for battle. Into the shadows. You won't deny me. Success, as expected. Not luck, skill. The correct outcome.
Caught red-handed. Perhaps you should practice on a mannequin or a corpse.
Fresh orders?
These things have stayed interesting. No one's stopped me yet. This calls for careful footwork. Don't mind if I do. I can take
Caught with your hand in a pocket.
What's next? Quiet as a mouse.
Caught in the act.
There can be no respite. What's yours is mine. Perfectly
Crime can pay, but
All is ash and meat. I just want a little look.
Ah, nice. With haste.
The Chosen's blood. Now that would be a crime.
a criminal act is being investigated. You might want to explain the extent of your involvement. It seems you're free to go. For now. A crime's being investigated in this area. You appear to be the prime suspect. You've been given the benefit of the doubt this time, but something tells you next time you won't be so lucky.
Looking ahead, what path lies before me?
Welcome back, true soul. You've come in the spirit of trade, I hope. Come back anytime.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood. initiation path.
Undetected.
Welcome back, true soul. You've come in the spirit of trade, I hope.
Undetected. Taking my cue. The correct
Caught in the act.
Have a lot on my mind. Well, in it. Best get in and out. All mine.
Crime can pay.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
Unnoticed. Good. Unseen. Perfect.
Yes?
Kione. Veiled in shadow.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes. Calm and quiet. That's the way. Time for a little pilfering. Ready. Unseen. Oh no.
Caught red-handed.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Dreaming red.
Blackets will be done.
Can't afford to stay idle.
I am listening.
No time to rest.
Walk in death.
Hush! Meat sounds above. Here.
For a moment, you do hear it. Flesh sliding on stone, like a living being extending through the walls.
Pig! In walls above! Maybe whole tower. Loudest near kitchen. But mig band! Not allowed to pet nose! You find meat? You share!
Awaiting orders.
Nothing hurts anymore. How much farther can I go?
Seems this individual doesn't think very highly of you, but few can resist a well-timed gift. Now's your chance to offer something worthwhile.
sister.
Ah, a new face come to bask in the light of the Absolute. How can I be of service, true soul? So we did. And it seems we both have a nose for where the real power lies. I've come to pay proper respect. I bow, but the Zentarim prefer to look their business partners in the eye. Joaquin's clipped coins, no. Faith is an over-flooded market. Transport, however. These faithful folk need some goods moved into the city. Our ships are obliging. Quietly. Oh, true soul! I couldn't burden your spirit with such material concerns. But I'm always happy to trade. An honor, true soul.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Still in control.
Ever at your service. An honor, true soul.
My faith protects me.
I hope this is important. For your sake.
Action, not reaction.
Let's get on with it.
What now?
No time to dally.
Assume nothing.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Our enemies are everywhere.
I have such a headache.
By my oath.
Intestines throb, blood whispers.
Do we have a target?
Let's get going.
You sure you don't want to check those crates?
I was a
Nice to know
farrier in
which.
Dissarin Valley.
Erna, remind yourself
And the dreams came.
why I pay you both
My
so
brothers
much.
have dreams too.
Minding our
Have to keep
business.
going.
Till we're served up to the necromancer on a platter.
We'll get you to Baldur's Gate, sir. I swear it.
Nimble. Check for gaps, cracks, anything to leverage the rock. Nickels, tools.
Your conversation has been cut short. These prisoners are for Disciple Balthazar's attention only. Your words fail to be convincing. You've been let off with a warning. But you will not be so lucky next time.
You, not you. Lord Ketherick may think you pose no threat to him in your disgrace, but I know the things you've done. Keep your bloody thoughts to yourself and your head down. You have the same black-tongued sense of humor as ever. I don't believe you for a heartbeat. A fool, perhaps, but a dangerous fool. Whatever your business, a warning. None may speak to the prisoners. Disciple Balthazar was most clear.
Your mind swirls with information about the prison. The small levers behind the warden's desk open every cell, while the larger one triggers the alarm. And interesting items confiscated from prisoners lie above the warden's office, just up the ladder.
If you are going to stare, kindly do it elsewhere. As I said, you are free to roam where you wish, but do not speak to the prisoners. Disciple Balthazar has plans for them, and were I you, I would not get in the way. He sounds important, and I'm afraid the mere dregs are the only ones left in my care. I know. We all know. Their whispers are as subtle as a knife in the ear. Little good it'll do. No lockpick can breach the Absolute's domain, but watching them try is almost endearing. No need. Once they realize escape is impossible, the Absolute will extend her hand and they will accept. Let them think they chose their fate. It is better, I find.
Better be cautious. Come on, open up.
This area is off limits. Perhaps the guard can be convinced otherwise. You try your best, but your best just isn't good enough.
You dared scar my mind. I will gut you.
Dissolve.
Ready. I am fury. I am death.
Unleash me.
Out of sight, out of mind. Bet I can crack that open.
Indolence breeds madness.
Taking my due.
You're being arrested for theft. If you have a defense, make it now. You're free to go. This time. But next time, you won't be so lucky.
I'm ready. This way. Mustn't let anyone see. Simply begging to be robbed. A gentle touch.
Being arrested for theft. If you have a defense, make it now. You've convinced them, for now. But transgress again, and no amount of talking will get you out of trouble.
All right, what now? Time to press ahead.
Eager for battle.
Still alive. So that's... Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine. Wonder what's past this. All right, time to skulk about. Free for the taking.
I can't afford to fail.
Mind never quiet.
Never wanted the easy path.
L'effet d'oubliette. Right beneath the towers.
What the hell's
The colony must be close. That must be where the tadpoles are coming from.
Hook horror. Wonderful. Don't waste a step. What's that? Hope your soul is in good hands.
My patience wanes. Not one false move. My path be true.
Well, so much for peace.
Need to press onward.
Survival is all that matters.
Das.
Can't slow down. stink of that place might never wash out.
Something over there.
Indolence breeds madness.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
I must make it to Baldur's Gate. I must. Boat's good to go. All that's left is to ship off. My plan for now is to hide out on the water. Unless you have a better idea.
Your journey through the darkness has brought you to land at last.
Hold there. You can't just land and start unloading strangers. They're procedures, damn it. No one gets in without being tested. Commander Jaheira's orders. We'll process this lot, but you need to come with me. The commander will want a word.
The guard insists that you meet with their leader, a harper by the name of Jaheira.
A count to 5 is all I need. This is why we're here, you see. It is a curious creature that hides all manner of secrets. But if there's one thing that we know, it's that it knows its own kind. I should never have come here, true soul. It'll hurt less if you hold still. I mourn for whoever you were before the Absolute infected you.
Stop! Hold on, Jaheira. I think I know this one.
His eyes meet yours. There's no recognition there, just a sick intensity as his voice reverberates in your mind.
If you want to survive this, then trust me. One true soul to another. He's infected. Aye. But he's not with the cultists. Helped me fight them off a while back, in fact.
Is this true?
If the true soul wants to help, so be it. We're in no state to refuse.
How is that possible? What in the hells is that thing? More or less. Congratulations. You've earned yourself the benefit of the doubt. Hear me, Harpers. All clear. At ease. I'll not pretend to understand what that artifact is. But I'm old and wise enough to recognize a sliver of hope when it crawls out of the dark. Tell me, why have you come here? You're just in time for happy hour. There's food in the inn over there. Beds too if you require rest. Aloe oil in the cupboard, in case the vines gave you a rash. Settle in. Then come join me for a drink. You may just be the godsend we've been praying for.
Blood, this is heavy.
It's for a good cause.
Stock up while you can. I only hope I've brought enough to see us through. Cheeky. But, since you're asking...
This place gives me...
If you're all right by Jaheira, you're all right by me. Take care now.
I've definitely seen that ox before. It has the same strange look in its eye.
No, still incapable. Not for you to know. Well, come close. Your mind to mine.
you satisfied? A kindred spirit, but I only wish to be an ox. Do you understand? Brutality? Don't be silly. I like grass. I like my harness. I like the warmth of the stable.
You deliver the ox a death by 1,000 cuts, trying to taunt it into revealing its old form with every slice. It chooses to die docile in animal form. Only after its eyes fade does it become the monster it once was.
I don't think I'll ever look at an ox quite the same.
Do you like our new friend? He's new.
Glad to see you made it. I am. Indeed I am. On the double. One hoof quickly following the other. I remember you from the grove with the druids. I hoped to see you again. And now I have.
May the road rise to meet you, and the shadows keep at bay.
Got to have a plan first. Got to trust Jaheira to come up with one.
I don't.
I do.
That's why we're still standing around. That's curious. Victims of the Shadow Curse. At least they were afforded a burial.
That's curious.
Flaming fist. Someone beat her to a pulp.
The corpse does not respond.
Yoo-hoo! I'm ready to come out now.
Finally! Been trapped in that coffin with no one but a mad rider and my own farts for company.
Did me a good turn there, didn't you? What do I owe you?
As you catch the tiny thing between only a finger and thumb, the hope she had all flickers away. Would you be happy if you were freed from yourself?
Hiss! I say hiss! I see. Yes, perhaps you're right. You know, I think it's time I move somewhere better suited to my lifestyle. A parting piece of advice. Don't trust the cleric. She's a bounder and a cad. Much like yourself, some might say.
Patrols
Don't
report more
wander
activity
far.
among the cultists.
We need to talk.
Yet knows. Act like it.
Oh, I don't need anything else. Thanks. You forget. It was I who planned every step of our escape. But even brawn deserves recompense. Here, this should suffice. Very. Was there something else? I am more than a part. I am its oil and gears. I am its purpose, its leader. We are inventors of the highest order, matched, perhaps, but never surpassed by the Gondians at the High House of Wonders. But our forebears were foolish, complicit with Saravok's madness over a century past. And so, we were banished. We still are to this day. The very one. It's the only mistake the Iron Hand gnomes ever made. And it cost us everything. I have fought tooth and nail to restore our reputation. Particularly against the Gondian detractors who live in glass houses. Our return to Baldur's Gate will usher in a new era for the Iron Hand gnomes. The realm deserves the benefit of our genius. I have plans in Baldur's Gate. The work of many years' labor that will finally bear fruit. You should look for me once we're in the city. The name Wolverine Bongle will be mentioned among many. I've little doubt. That's Iron Hand gnome business.
You recall stories of the Iron Hand gnomes, a talented group of inventors who were banished from Baldur's Gate.
Appreciate it.
Seems someone's been skimming our supplies. Find out what it is and bring them to me.
We'll rest here for a while.
An extra blade could be the difference between rescuing Duke Ravengard or losing him forever. I hope you'll help us.
Flame Colour. That's your name, isn't it? Art Colour? I'm Fistula.
Nathaniel and me are climbing up a tree.
We need you, sir. One of our own's been taken, a Grand Duke. You might know something that could help us bring him back. We found him out in the shadows, just wandering. Nothing survives out there for long. Don't know how he made it, or where he came from.
This is no physical ailment. It is a spiritual malaise. The man's mind has been gripped by the Shadowfell, yet it has not broken.
No idea, I'm afraid. Whoever it is must be someone important to him. He's been saying the same thing over and over, ever since we found him. A century locked inside a Sharan curse will do things to a man. But you're not alone, sir. We're here with you. And I'm sure you've got relations, maybe some long-lived friends even who'll want to be seeing you. If you know how to get through to him, don't hesitate.
The patient is physically well, but psychologically detached, dissociated from himself.
He's been in the Shadowfell. All memories will have been stripped away. We need to remind him who he is. Some personal effects, maybe?
This was in his pocket. He doesn't seem to have any reaction to it now, but he held on to it for 100 years anyway.
Nothing catches your eye.
Wonder what he found.
Eager for battle.
At your command.
Like its will be done.
Reporting.
I've got a long road ahead.
Do you trust Jaheira?
With my life.
Indolence breeds madness.
Time.
Can't give up
See
now.
victory yet.
Damn it.
Patrols report more activity among the cultists, Mum.